my channel. I hope you're having an amazing day. It has been a hot minute since I've been on here. Has it been? It's been a little bit. Gosh, 2020 has just been taking off. So I basically wanted to go over a couple things regarding our family cruise and kind of a follow-up to some of the videos I did in whenever. And so I'll link them below. But basically, just to follow up and just to let you know, I did not vlog. No. I was in the moment. I loved it. So in the moment. Got to actually talk with my kids, my grandkids, my brother. It was just really nice just to decompress and really not do anything. It was a very short cruise. It was just a 3-day cruise. So we were on Thursday. We got off on Sunday. They said they loved it. My oldest son, his wife, she basically said, I just am ready to like book another cruise. We weren't even off the ship. And my daughter said she wanted to wait until her son was 2 at the time, or he's not even 2 yet. Hold on. He was just about 2. He turns 2 at the beginning of March. And so it was just one of those things where she felt like maybe it was a little too much with like a 2-year-old. And of course they have 4 kids. So that also like plays into all those factors. But man, they actually, like she packed amazing. She had a big suitcase and kind of a medium suitcase. And that, you know, I said, here, if you want to try these. And so she ended up using just the big suitcase and she packed all their clothes in it and shoes. And then she used just a little tiny one, come on, almost like an under the seater. Like one of the little girls kind of going to grandma's kind of suitcase, you know, you've seen those before. And she put all their hygiene, makeup, all of her other stuff inside there. And that's all they brought for 6 people. I was so impressed by her and so proud of her. She basically kept it down to like 4 outfits apiece per child. Now, of course, these are littler clothes, but still, I was very impressed by her. So I was very excited that she was like really thinking about what she would have to bring and, you know, a stroller for the baby and stuff like that. So she really limited and they did excellent. I was very proud. Now, there was a little seasickness here and there. But that's, you know, all that first thing of getting on the cruise and stuff in the boat. Yes, it was moving a little bit. So that wasn't too bad. I'll tell you a couple things. So first of all, the notarized document, how did that work? Basically, everybody was telling me, you don't need that. You just need the birth certificates, this and that. When I got there with the notarized document, they actually scrutinized it pretty well. And they actually said it was actually very well done. And the reason is because they said a lot of times, because even if the last names are the same, or especially if their last names are not the same, then it is important to actually like tie everybody together. And so because it was a grandparent, I felt that was super important. Also, it was important because there's medical, that anything can happen, and I need to be able to have that authority to be able to take care of things like that. So I'm uploading another video over here, so I'm checking it out. I'm like, on a roll, it's 2020. All right, so that was the one thing. So they said the notarized document was perfect. When we came back and we went through customs, they actually said that was probably the best document they'd ever seen, which I was so excited about. And the reason is because we had kind of come in through together, and I knew that my grandchildren were going to actually come drive home with my son. And so we were all kind of together at the customs place. And he goes, that's a really great document because, like, seriously, anything can happen. And you just want to be prepared. And so this actually gave me a lot of authority having that as a notarized document. So I was really glad to have it. I think that's something, if I don't have the parents with me, then that is something I will continue to do. It is so worth the money to get done. And yes, that will happen. Next thing. So my brother, who is in a, he uses a walker on a daily basis, but we used a wheelchair for him because we didn't want him to get a little bit nervous or flustered with just people going in and out, kids and stuff. So we had him in a wheelchair, and that worked out wonderfully. When we got up to the line, up to the port, they got us through, and then of course when you get into Long Beach, or and this is several other ones that I've seen, where you go up to your security person where you give your initial documents and your boarding pass and stuff and your passport or whatever, and so they tell you, they call you, they say next, and you go up as a family and you give them all your documents. All right, that's basically what is happening in security, just in case, because you can't film it. That's basically what is going on. And so we go up, and I go up with the 2 grandkids, because that's who I have with my documents. Then my brother and his friend are called to another stand because they're together in a room. I should have stayed with them because he was in a wheelchair, and they actually whisked them off. And so by the time we got through, and we got through with the luggage and security and checking what was in our bags, we get inside the kind of like, it's not even like another room. It's like just basically like a barrier. You go in, and then I couldn't find my brother and his friend. And I'm like going, what the heck, what the heck, what the heck? So I told my family to go on just so they could go get on the ship. They were hungry, wanted lunch, go, go, go. And I was like, where's my brother and his roommate? Like, what the heck happened to them? I was worried. First time on a cruise. Anyway, finally, I thought after a little bit, maybe like 5 minutes, maybe a little longer, I was asking people, did you see a person in a wheelchair? No, there can't be that many people in a wheelchair. And then finally some lady said, oh, yes. And she described them, and I go, yes. And she was, oh, they're already done. They're already to the elevator, and they were taken away. I went, what? And so we were standing there, my poor grandkids. I felt so bad that they had to be last on the ship. But we got up there, and we had such a good time. Once we got up there, they had tables. We were out on the Lido deck. And they had already burgers and stuff from Blue Iguana Cantina. And I was just like, let's all get a beer. And so anybody who could drink. So basically, I think it was just kind of the guys. And then my daughter and daughter-in-law, they had like kind of more mixed drink or something. But we had a beer. And I was just like, yes. And so we were on the ship, and I was so excited, and everyone was having a good time. And then I just said, let's go. Like, they still had their luggage. I had dropped ours off at the room. But we went ahead, and I took them to the rooms, and they got all situated. And that was all working out well. So I went and checked out my brother's room because he's in a handicap accessible room. It was a full handicap accessible room. It was really great size. It was a full turnaround, which means like if he's in a wheelchair, he can full turn around. It was a roll in. Everything was accessible. It was so nice. And his roommate was like, this is better than I thought. This is their first cruise. He didn't know what to expect. He goes, the room worked out great. The shower was great. He goes, it had the sit down thing in the shower, so he could just sit there, and it had the handheld thing so he could take care of himself. It had the arm bar for where the toilet is. Everything was totally worked out well, and I was so happy that worked out really well for him. It also had like the automatic door openers, and of course kind of like the emergency stuff around in the room in case something happened. So that was all really, really great. And so I didn't even take a video of that. That's how literally like I was just like, let's have fun. And I was so excited that they had a good time that, yeah, I didn't even take a whole lot of pictures with that. Yeah. I know. You're just like, oh, you're a horrible vlogger. I know, I am, right? All right, so there's that. So one of the things that they really, 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 really loved was dinner, basically. Formal night, dinner, whatever. They set us up. We would go. We had anytime dining. We would arrive at 6 o'clock. That was our time for us. Like internally, that was our time. And we said, okay, we're going to go to dinner at 6, which means everybody was going to be in their rooms getting ready. And our rooms are literally across from each other, except my brother's, who was like kind of like around the corner. Like literally it wasn't even far. And so we would just all be there and all be getting ready and stuff. And so it was just really nice. We go down together, and then my daughter-in-law got to the point where she was checking us in. She would just like, there's, you know, I don't know, 14, 15 of us. And they had our, they pretty much put us on the same table after a while. So we were on this table, this long bench, you know, the bench seating on one side and kind of chairs on the other. It was that style. And their favorite part was not just the food, because they said the food was amazing, but they loved the music and the dancing. My grandkids got up, danced, had a good time. They got up with me. We just rocked it out. It was so much fun. And that was probably the best thing ever, just to be all together and watching them dance and stuff and just enjoying their time and their food and everything. And it actually takes a little bit of time away from when the meal, you know, like between meals and stuff, between entrees, I guess. And so we're like, they're bringing the food and then they get to dance. And then, so 6 o'clock was the perfect time for us. It was perfect. I think we would get our appetizers, and I think then our meal, and then the music would play and we would dance. And then literally when that was done, then they'd start passing out the dessert menus. And I think we got so full. I think maybe we got dessert one time. I don't even know if we got dessert one time, but maybe. I mean, we were so full. The food was that good. It was really good. There were some hit and misses, of course there always is, but overall it was like really good. So I think dinner ended up being the #1 thing that we all loved. And I think it was just like being together, laughing, trying new foods. My oldest grandson wants to be a chef, and he was trying all the different types of foods. He was so excited every night to go and try all these different foods. And he just like ate everything. He's just, yeah, it was amazing. So we just had like a really good time. So I could say all in all, it was pretty much a success, except for a little bit of seasickness. We did have a couple little mishaps, but I'll do a follow-up video on those. But overall, it was such a wonderful cruise, and I think they're all like super happy to have had this experience, and it was such a great honor for me to be able to see them smile and to give them such a wonderful like Christmas gift. So, yay! So I need a vacation from the vacation, and so hopefully that will be coming soon, very soon. Alright, if you like this video, give it a little like and don't forget to subscribe. Take care and have a great day.